Hello. It takes a minute to get everything started and set up and ready to roll. Um, this lecture is going to be on Chapter 2. Chapter 2 covers some big topics: management of time, energy, and money. At the beginning of Chapter 2, there is a profile of a college student, and each chapter in our textbook typically has a profile at the beginning of either a non-traditional college student or a traditional student. In this case, I believe this girl, well, I'm not sure, she could have been a non-traditional student. She could be a traditional student, but she did say that one of the statements that she made was her main priorities in life are family, school, and work. And she made an analogy of her life to being like a puzzle piece. And she said, if I don't keep making sure each piece fits or any piece is missing, the puzzle doesn't work and breaks apart. I felt like that was a good analogy because priorities and managing your priorities would be like trying to keep all the puzzles together and the pieces together. And if you're missing a piece, then, your puzzle's not complete. Anyway, we're going to go on and talk about getting organized. Getting organized equals effective management of time, energy, and money. Effective time management equals success in college and in life. People with different backgrounds and different personalities handle time management differently. But taking control of one's time is a choice. We can make the choice to be in control and manage our time wisely. We are in control of when we get up in the morning and when we go to bed at night. We're also in control of how much sleep we get and how much time we spend studying, working, exercising, etc. Our small decisions have a big impact on our success in college and in life. So managing time, money, and energy is not only something you will deal with now as you were in college, but as well as life in general. If you need help in college, please talk to your employer and make sure they understand your academic responsibilities. And in most cases, instructors will work with you if you have a conflict to arise. Please let me know as soon as possible by sending me an email. If it's an emergency, I don't mind you sending a text to my phone, but let me know if you have a conflict. We only have 8 face-to-face class settings, face-to-face settings where we will meet live is what I mean at the Cudahy campus. So hopefully you can make every one of those class sessions. Our first essential question under Chapter 2's topics is, can you identify time management strategies? Now I'm going to go through these really quick. Break down large assignments into smaller steps with deadlines, and this is something you have to do for yourself. Avoid procrastination. Procrastination is putting things off or delaying something that needs your immediate attention. Set priorities. Prioritize. Putting your tasks, goals, and values in order of importance. People who prioritize often maintain a to-do list, not just for assignments, but also for things that they need to remember to do. Learn to say no in order to avoid becoming overextended. When you become overextended, you cannot do well in any area of your life. Find a balance with your academic schedule and the rest of your life. Stay focused. Give yourself time to adjust to college. Be careful and avoid making poor decisions that will seriously affect your grade point average or GPA. Your grades will forever remain in your college transcript. Most of the time, well, not most of the time, anytime you choose to transfer to a 4-year college, they will ask for your transcript from North Georgia Tech. Also, when some employers ask for a transcript when you apply for a job. Each job I've ever applied for, they've asked for a transcript. And at some point I will show you an example of my transcript so you can see what I'm talking about. Time is valuable. Be on time for class. That's called being punctual, punctuality. And do not ask to leave early. Manage your energy, and a really good habit to get into is establishing a routine. Okay, our second essential question is, are you able to identify and utilize specific time management strategies such as, and I got a list, self-evaluation, which has to do with reflection, asking yourself, am I using my time wisely? Do I get enough sleep? What about exercise? Do I eat right? Am I coping positively with stress? How am I prioritizing my time, studying, working, and relaxing? How about recreation activities, things that I do for fun or pleasure? What about unwinding? We all need time to unwind, typically at the end of the day when we get done with our job. What about time spent alone even, by yourself, or time spent thinking? Another thing that will help, another strategy rather, is an action plan. This is not something you necessarily have to write down, but you can. It's a plan for using your time more effectively. Here are some suggestions. Set realistic goals. Now, that would be something you could literally write down. Use waiting time, waiting at the doctor's office, waiting on an appointment with a hairdresser or the barber, waiting in traffic. Of course, we don't have heavy traffic in our area, but like if you have to drive out toward Atlanta, of course you would be waiting in traffic there. That's why a lot of us don't live out there, so we don't have to do all that waiting in traffic. But use that time to review things, go over assignments. Sometimes I even use that type of time to read a magazine that I have put off reading that I wanted to read. Limit distracting and time-consuming communications. Typically that means social media, folks, and time-consuming communications on our cell phones, etc. Avoid multitasking. A lot of ladies tend to do that. Guys, that means doing more than one thing at a time. Some of us moms, not bragging here, but we tend to try to have several things going all at one time, and a lot of times things don't all of it doesn't get done. And in my case, I get overwhelmed. Be flexible. Build in extra time in your schedule so that the unexpected events do not prevent you from meeting your goals. Life happens. There's always going to be something that happens that might be cause you to have to change your plan. Plan in advance in case you meet any challenges or obstacles that you might experience. If you are feeling stressed, reassess your time commitments and perhaps let go of one or more things. And that goes back to saying no. Another strategy is color coding, and this is an activity I hope we can do in class. Successful people use calendars to keep track of important things such as birthdays, doctor's appointments, work schedules, travel, and so on. You can create a monthly, weekly, and daily view of your calendar. You can use different colors for each kind of event, which is an effective way to manage your time. There are a number of calendars. Electronic calendars are on our phones, tablets, laptops, and other devices. Our devices can set reminders of important dates and deadlines and give us a little indicator to tell us if something's due. They do say keep a backup copy in case you lose your phone. I hate to say I haven't done that with my phone. There is a tech tip on page 47 in the textbook, Getting Organized Digitally. And we typically have something at the end of each chapter that gives us a tip about technology. You can do it the old-fashioned way, the paper-pencil way, or notebook paper. Place your calendar on the refrigerator door with magnets or on a bulletin board. That's something that I do. I tend to just do it the old-fashioned way. Here's an example of my calendar for June, and it is in, I can't get it to show on the camera, sorry. It is in the folder, Chapter 2's folder. You can see the example of it, and we're going to actually create a calendar and come up with our own way of color coding. There's lots of different ways to do it. You can use highlighters, numbers, stars, letters, and etc. to prioritize your time and your to-do list. Cross those things off when you get them done. That gives you a sense of completion, that you've gotten things done. I even cross off the days on the calendar. It makes me feel like I've actually completed something. I'm going to stop at this point and do the second half of this lecture on another YouTube. Thank you.